Okay, so we're doing the merengue basics, and we just did a dip step. So I'm going to add to that. Here's out of our basic. And notice, each time I start, I could start with my right, or I could start with my left. It just depends on the leader and the follower and the music and what they feel like doing at that time. It can switch and change. But once they start, you do want to keep that pattern. You don't want to change in the middle of the song. Okay, so back to the step. Here's our basic. And then I go into the dip, the rock step forward, and then I went to the rock step forward and back, right? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out of my basic, I'm going to rock forward, back. Now watch, I'm going to do a pivot, pivot, forward, back. And then I'll come back into a merengue march. Okay, so let me break that down. Here's my rock step, my rock step. Now watch, on the third one, I'm going to step forward, pivot, step right, forward, pivot, and continue a last rock step. Okay, so what I'm doing when I pivot is I'm going to step and pivot. That means my feet stay on the floor. I just lift my heels in order to allow me to turn. So I step, pivot to the back, and then I step, pivot back to the front, and I finish with a rock step. So again, let's try it all together and smooth it out. We start with our basic merengue. Go into the rock step, step, and step, step. Now watch, here comes the third one. You're going to do pivot, pivot, rock, step together. Back into our merengue. Again, here's our basic step. Started with the left this time, show with the left. Rock step, rock step. Here's the pivot. Step left, pivot right, step left, pivot right, and rock step. Then you can come right back to the merengue march.